What's up, nerds? Welcome to Cool Nerd Reviews. I'm Steve Trezza.
Scott Burnett.
Ed Good.
Denver.
And we're reviewing the Netflix series Daredevil, which is awesome.
It's either going to be a real long video or a real short one.
We're reviewing the whole series. So instead of reviewing episode to episode, we're going to talk about some things that we liked, some things maybe we didn't, some spoilers, some Easter eggs.
It's been out for 2 weeks. If you haven't seen it already, buy Netflix, you cheap fucks. It's
$8 $8 a month. Like, come on.
For everything.
Everything. That's like
get Netflix from your friend who probably has it.
Yeah.
$8 is like a cheeseburger sandwich. You just get it and just watch Daredevil.
So,
Cheeseburger sandwich.
Starting off, Daredevil starts off, it's Matt Murdock who is the Daredevil. We don't get an origin story.
Which is
great. Instead, we get the origins through flashbacks. Which
was great.
Which I feel like does a really good job. We got that in Arrow. We get that in a couple other shows and movies now, which is a lot better.
Like you said, when we were watching it, as soon as it started off, we were like, Marvel's like, what does Arrow have that S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't have?
Exactly.
Flashbacks! But if you notice, there's an Easter egg that the number on the barrels that took Matt Murdock's eyes. It was the date Daredevil first appeared in comics.
Oh, how clever.
Nice. Yeah, all right.
But I have to mention this first, before we start off even more. I think Daredevil was perfect for a television series. Not so much, like movie. We don't have to talk about Ben Affleck. But perfect choice for it to be a television series.
It was real dark, real gritty. I wasn't expecting it to be like that.
Real violent.
I applaud Marvel for putting something like this out.
So I also want a quick mention for some people who tune into this real quick. This has nothing to do with the aforementioned movie that came out in 2000 something.
Well, yeah.
I think everyone knew that.
Not everybody.
Really?
I'm pretty sure
anybody who watches this.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Affleck is now Batman, so
Batfleck.
All right,
so
do you bleed?
So what happened? We got a lot of shit that happened. Basically, what's going on is the main storyline for the series is Matt Murdock and Foggy Nelson. They just start off with
a ragtag group of lawyers.
With their new law firm. They have no clients. They're they want to be these different lawyers that are going to fight for truth and justice.
And the little guy.
And the little guys. And they get into this whole mess
right off the bat.
Yeah, of the crime in the underbelly of Hell's Kitchen.
They have to free or unsoil Karen's name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she's their first client,
because he can so the cops break into her apartment. She's there covered in blood. It seemingly looks like she did it. Daredevil or Matt Murdock can hear that she's telling the truth by her heartbeat.
You get to see a lot of his attributes and a lot of his powers.
And they don't slam you in the face with it.
Yeah, they reveal one each episode.
Yeah, and the way they go about the stories, they let the viewer figure it out.
It's smart. It's not like Gotham,
you're not dumb,
where they just throw it in your face, in case you didn't know.
Well, in this past episode,
makes you feel stupid.
In this past episode of Gotham, Bruce Wayne's. I didn't watch it, but
why are we talking about Gotham?
Well, no, but it comes out
segues.
But so Bruce is like, he gets face down with somebody. He can't kill him. Catwoman can, and she's like, I can cross that line. Maybe that's why we're different. And then Gotham takes it, just slams you over the head with it.
2 episodes ago.
Sorry, whatever. And Daredevil does not. It gives you a whole smorgasbord of stuff, and it's figure it out.
No, I agree.
And
it's
smart. It makes the viewer feel like they're smart because they know you're smart enough to figure it out.
Right.
And a lot of shows don't do that.
Yeah.
And I love it when shows like Daredevil do this. Also,
they come back. They let you know later. They don't just reveal it and explain it. They'll reveal it, and you're like, what is that about? And then later on, they'll clear it up.
Also,
for those who couldn't figure it out.
What I love about Daredevil, it's you can take Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and that is it's good at times, but it's a very network TV show.
A lot of it's on the nose as well.
You take Daredevil. Daredevil is very almost like film, like a movie in a TV show.
Right.
Very artsy, very abstract camera angles, very good use of lighting.
Shot very well.
From a filmmaker standpoint, it was just great. You won't get that on ABC. You're not gonna get that on Fox, ABC, CW,
all that gore they put
anywhere.
in there.
Side note: Charlie Cox wants Punisher in season 2, which I fucking love.
Hell yeah!
And if it does go well, he might want to see a movie adaptation
of that Punisher in the series.
No, or just Daredevil as a movie. team him up with Black Widow instead of giving Black Widow a movie because they have a long-standing relationship in the comic books. Give him a little duo movie, maybe.
I would even be happy.
Put him in Avengers. Put him in Avengers 3.
I feel like he's going to be.
Yeah.
But by the way,
like a big part.
Well, apparently we're gonna get the Defenders in Avengers 4 in
Infinity War Part 2.
Infinity War Part 2. But anyway, like I would even be happy the way that this was shot and the way that this was made. Even if you just make it like a Netflix movie, like just like a movie
amazing.
for Netflix like this, like you think you could totally do it, and it would be great. Like I think it would be great, and like that would make a shitload of money. But whatever. Like I love this series. I thought it was good.
Speaking of the filming of it, one scene sticks out in mind is the end of episode 2.
Episode 2, yeah.
He's trying to rescue this kid, and it's a single shot fight scene through this like
giant homage to Oldboy.
Yeah.
Not the one that was made in America, mind you. The one that was in
the
Japan.
Japanese one.
Yes.
Yeah, like he rumbles in through like a room, but the camera doesn't follow him. It just stays on this track.
There's a couple of fight scenes, but that was the most notable.
That was hands down one of the best choreographed, one of the best shot, one of the best like produced scenes. Not only a fight scene, but it told the story through the way he fought.
Oh yeah,
really
and if
cool.
that didn't hook you up into the show, I don't know what else would have.
But and then it kind of leveled off because they changed showrunners right after that because
it was a little noticeable.
Because the showrunner, I forgot his name. I think I have it written down somewhere. Maybe not. He went off to do Sinister Six and Spider-Man, so they changed showrunners.
But regardless, I still think it was so well done throughout the rest of the season. Like
I just think if that initial showrunner stayed on, it would have been flawless.
I think it was near flawless.
It was near flawless. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
So yeah, a lot of shit happened. They didn't make references to Marvel like
so much
on the nose.
Yeah.
It was very vague. It was very like what happened in New York.
Yeah,
Which
was great.
And it was like, call me Captain America because I'm gonna or whatever that joke was.
Like it would be really subtle hints of.
But it did fall into that Marvel category where they present something really, really fucking cool, and then they're like, you're going to have to wait for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, especially the first couple episodes, they're like, they refer to the reason why it's a construction company is because they're rebuilding after the incident
in New York.
Yeah.
Which is cool because when you're watching Avengers, you're like, who the fuck pays for all this shit?
Yeah.
Which is cool that they actually use that fan outcry to build a story around for an entire
and then later
season.
on where he's like, it's a guy in a mask. I mean, if he had a magical hammer or
an
a
iron
suit of armor,
an
iron suit, then maybe you'd have an excuse. You know? It was like, all right,
I know there's a lot of subtle hints to a lot of other Marvel properties throughout the whole series.
It was great. Cool. There was there was a lot of Iron Fist Easter eggs.
Yeah, Madame Gao is straight out of Iron Fist.
Yeah, she's straight out of Iron Fist, she has that chest pump.
Yeah, that's a notable
that she does to Daredevil, and you know that like something's up with her. Like she's not just some like.
She's from the island.
No, really. After that, I wonder if she's still alright.
Yeah. Then why is she walking with a cane?
Even the drug she ships
style
around
and pimping.
Even the drug she ships
it's
around.
It's got the Steel Serpent logo on it, which is awesome. And then
and they make reference to the hand which is a group of assassins. They make reference to it because Stick chops off the leader of the Hand's hand.
Yeah.
And who's Stick reporting to?
It's actually it's not Iron Fist. I looked into it. I forgot his name, but Stick actually reports to somebody in the comics, and that's that guy. I forgot his name.
But yeah, there's a lot of
Stick and Ball.
There's a lot of Iron Fist references, which is good, and
it looked like Iron Fist.
A little bit different, a little bit disappointing though, because Iron Fist, like, I don't even think we have any I don't even know if it's in pre-production yet.
I don't think he's cast yet.
Yeah, he's not even cast yet. Like at least
Iron Fist, I think
at least Jessica Jones and Luke Cage are they're like on their way. Like Iron Fist is still so far in the future.
Yeah.
But still,
if the Defenders are gonna be in Avengers 3 and 4.
Yeah.
What does that come out? 2019 though.
2018, I believe.
Yeah. Avengers Part 1, Infinity Wars Part 1 comes
18.
out 18. Part 2 is 19.
It's 19.
Yes.
Okay, so 19.
So old.
Yeah. Whatever.
This motherfucker's gonna be like 58.
So let's talk about characters.
The older movie 32.
God damn it. So let's talk about characters.
Let's talk about characters, please.
How Daredevil? What did you guys think of him?
I think he was played very well.
I think
Cox
him
is
And I think the chemistry between him and Foggy
Yeah.
was done really good.
Yep.
I think that Foggy was very good. Karen, I think actually almost every character on this show was just so good.
I just had a little problem with Kingpin, just a little
At times.
just at times.
Everything
else
every
was
once
great
in a while, you
though.
had this like weird like Kingpin moment where he's like, okay, is he like damaged kind of thing? Like,
But I think that was for the people he respects and for the people he sees.
But that kind of makes him three-dimensional in a sense, because it brings an extra layer to him that you didn't really think about.
But he was scared of his parents, those parental, like the older figures.
Yeah.
You could see he's kind of timid against Madame Gao. He's kind of timid against Leland. They're all older figures who, when you see in his flashback episode, his dad beat his mom. He wound up killing his dad.
Which that episode was crazy.
Yeah.
That was a good.
So you see the people and the Russians who are younger than him. He like when they disrespect him, he has no respect for them back. He's got this like respect for his elders.
Yes.
Like it's his Achilles heel.
Right.
Which when he gets really timid around them, and then like when he's not around them, he gets angry.
One thing that I really liked about Kingpin was in the comics, and this transferred well into the show, was he was always like a fucking brick house. You would hit him, he wouldn't fall down. He would always like just keep coming at you. He'd get that anger, and that definitely played into the show too. And he'd just take you down.
This city doesn't deserve a better tomorrow. It deserves to drown. And it smells. It deserves people like my father. People like you.
Perfect. Like to me, that is the Kingpin. That was the Kingpin, and they executed it so well.
They gave him another vulnerability.
They gave him a vulnerability with the whole like I'm lonely, like I need like a woman, like that was his vulnerability, which you didn't really see that much in the comics, but I thought it was still good. They gave him a weakness, you know.
So I have a slight problem with how they wrote Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that she knows his past, and you know she knows that he's this evil man, and in the comics she doesn't know this. She just kind of like. I mean, she knows it deep down, but until it's right in front of her, she just chooses to ignore it.
Ignore it, yeah.
Now they're making her like part of it.
She's like power hungry.
Right.
She's like, when she finds out, she's like, me and you could take over the city. Yeah. You know, like she's embracing it rather than like, I think
which is an interesting, interesting transition for her. You know, like, I'm welcome to it. Yeah. But
then you see how Kingpin is truly crazy, where he gets the old Russian dude
when
a little off the top.
When he
just a little off top.
Guy with the car door.
Every time I was thinking, I was like, the door is a jar. The door's a jar. The door's a jar.
No, it's a door. It's not a jar. It's a door.
Fuck you.
That scene was fantastic and crazy.
I also liked how they show you. They don't tell you, but they show you why he likes the all white painting.
Yeah, I like that.
Because of the wall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was just like...
And at the end, he winds up in prison. Spoiler alerts if you didn't think that was going to happen. He's staring at another white wall. I was like, oh, he's going to go so fucking nuts.
Or peaceful, because he likes it.
What was I going to say? The another part that I really liked was when the one guy gave Fisk up.
Yeah.
And then he just like impales his head on the spike. Yeah. That part was crazy.
Well, I like when the guy gives Fisk up to the cops, and they're like, "Oh, who did it last time? Oh, I did it last time. No, you did it last time." And then the one guy like punches himself, or the other guy punches him, and then they shoot the rat. So you know how
he's got the city
how deep
just, like,
this goes.
him,
Another Easter egg is when you in that scene when Matt Murdock's listening to the two cops. Right. There's a poster behind him that says. You don't have to register yourself to be free or something, and everybody thinks it's a nod to Civil War.
Yeah,
which is pretty out on the internet right now, but I feel like I should mention it.
Yeah.
And Stan Lee is the Employee of the Month.
I saw that.
I was like, I didn't see Stan Lee in this.
Yeah, no, he was Employee of the Month.
Yeah. He's a picture on the wall.
Super out of focus.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt when he actually dies. That's all he's gonna be. It's just a bunch of pictures everywhere.
Yeah, bro. And right. Well, we're talking about the dark Netflix series. Might as well talk about Stan Lee dying. But in like the remake, they redid the Spider-Man ride at Universal, and they put Stan Lee.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
nice. He drives like the garbage truck, so it's pretty funny.
Nice.
Also, I mean, you don't see Fisk for a while too. Which is also the whole like Jaws theory of like you don't see the villain, like you don't see it, so it makes you think more.
You like the end of episode 3 or 4.
Yeah,
I thought it was like you get it's not that.
So like the cool part is like if this wasn't on Netflix, all right, if this was a weekly release, that aspect of it would have you gnawing at the bit for 7 days. For 6
Oh,
days.
yeah.
You know, you'd be
Am I
sitting
gonna
there
see
be
him
like,
this week? Am I gonna see him this week?
right, but now you're like, oh god, I gotta know who his employer is.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I think it's
if I
still
don't-
perfect for Netflix. I mean, because
Right.
that's what people do on Netflix.
Well,
Like,
right, but
well,
that-
what
that
happens
made-
binge watch.
X button. Let's
Dude,
go.
I'm telling you, that's what made me watch the first 3
Or A button
episodes
because
in a
we watched it
row.
on Xbox.
Oh.
But let's
Xbox is
talk.
better.
We didn't mention how his powers come to be. We only really see his like blind vision once or twice.
Yeah.
Which is really good. It's really cool how he can like feel like her
The
fractured
heartbeat.
ribs
Yeah,
and stuff. He's like, oh, it sounds like an old ship. Or when he smells the guy for wearing too much cologne.
Yeah.
And then the guy's leaving. He runs out of his house and fucking straight up American Psycho
Yeah.
dude, drops the
yeah.
fire extinguisher on the guy's
Yeah.
head.
Позови брата на телефон, дурак, давай. Просто позови их на телефон, дурак, давай, давай, давай. Дурак, просто позови брата на телефон, он здесь. Блядь, давай, быстрее.
Probably would have killed him. Whatever.
It was like,
Dude,
He lived.
that's exactly what I was thinking.
and then he
sitting
listened
there-
for his heartbeat. He's like, he's alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
He just be lying.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, he's doing that. I'm like, my mind immediately went to
I thought
American
the same
Psycho.
thing,
like
yeah.
from
The
American
chainsaw.
Psycho.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, he just fucking drops the thing.
But no,
Smacks
that
it in
was
the head. Great. Like he dropped the guy off a building into a dumpster. Like he doesn't kill people, but he maims them.
Yeah, that's true.
he'll
Oh,
live.
There's one character I want to talk about who's probably the best actor in this, and he should definitely win an award, and that's the guy who played Leland.
He was a really good actor, actually.
Like,
yeah.
the very calm, collective.
He played like the owl or something like
In
that.
the comics, he's an owl, but he dies, and they're thinking they might. He mentioned he had a son, so his son might become the owl.
Okay.
But whatever.
Spoilers.
It's a C-list,
Sorry,
it's
folks.
a C-list character,
Right.
Yeah.
villain. Like,
And he wound up flying in one of the.
But no, Leland was really good. I thought.
No, I mean, it was. You felt the intensity with him. It was like whenever there was like him in the room or something, it's like something's gonna go down.
He did a good job acting like he's acting.
Oh,
too.
yes.
Because the one part where he was afraid, and he
Yeah.
had to like act like he was afraid, like in his character, and he's like shaking and sweating, and Kingpin knew that like something was up, and then he goes and kills him. That part was pretty sweet.
And he even had like a rock solid plan to not get killed, and Kingpin was like, "Fuck it," and just threw him down an elevator shaft.
The one thing I wanted to see really bad, you know, when like Kingpin's going through his suits and everything like that,
White suit?
not even have him wear it, just show just one white suit. All I was
Well,
just
there was
one
a
white
white
suit
suit.
as it goes past.
They
They
made-
mentioned it.
They mentioned it and made fun of the ascot.
Yes,
He's
yeah.
like, it's a bit pretentious, isn't it? You know,
Yeah,
it's
because
just-
who is it? Vanessa said I used to date this prince who used to wear a white suit with an ascot, and he was like,
it's a bit pretentious, yeah.
Yeah.
The other
So,
thing
so they
that-
did make fun of it, but I still like as he's going down the line. All I wanted to see just the one, like didn't even need to pick it. Maybe like stops on it
Yeah.
and like goes by it or
Yeah.
something like that's all I wanted to see was just the white suit.
Or like he just stops like, why did I buy this? Just keep going.
Well, there's meant. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
There was mention of other villains. In the flashback episode, Matt mentions his Greek girlfriend that didn't
Yep.
end well, so that's Elektra. There's a
She's not really a villain.
Well, yeah,
She's an anti
Vigilante.
So there's a sniper that shows up in one episode, and then the finale on the roof, he kills one of the detectives that lost his like burner phone and lost it to Daredevil. But if you look at it really closely, he's got a duffel bag and he's got playing cards in it. It's Bullseye. He kind of like gets highlighted in the finale again, where he like hops up on a cop car and starts like killing people really fast. So you know he's like somebody.
So
good. The showrunners want to focus on Elektra and Bullseye if they get a season 2.
Which
Earlier in
they
this
already
week,
greenlighted.
Right.
They got green light for season 2 already.
So
which is great. It's
I
coming
was
in
hoping
2016.
Next year.
was it
Yeah.
James Wesley? Is that what they named him?
Wesley, yeah.
Wesley. His first name was James or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
I was
He's
hoping
great too.
that they could have. I love this character. I was hoping they should have named him Smythe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was feeling like
They can't. Well, I mean, they could maybe now with the
Smythe
deal
is-
that's going on with Sony.
Right.
But Sony.
It was,
But Smythe
Sony
is a
owns the
whole
rights
other-
to Smythe. I believe.
Can we talk about the use of
film version
squibs when they killed him? Like, then nobody uses squibs anymore.
Yeah.
And that was really cool when they shot him. He's like, his chest like
Yeah.
blew out. I was
Yeah,
just like,
that was
holy
pretty
shit.
sweet.
But like that's I felt
Which
that, his,
that part was cool too
Yeah.
when she shoots
You didn't
him.
think Karen was gonna do it?
No, it was awesome.
Can we? Let's put up a picture of Karen right now. She is a.
Damn, bro.
Tall order.
Yeah, she's pretty good. And you know what? In the first episode, it was like, who's this chick? She doesn't look that good.
And then,
but that's because she was all disheveled and shit. Like next episode, I was like,
I think,
she's pretty good looking.
I think I found her attractive based on her personality because I'm not a misogynist. I'm just trying to save face, man.
You let her sit on your face.
Yeah, no.
We're going back.
All right. I mean,
story for another day.
Yeah, this is a lot of what I liked. Again, the cinematography of everything. The reason they did flashbacks.
We didn't even talk about Ben Urich.
And that's what I was gonna get to next. The one thing we really left out was Ben. He was a very big character in a lot of the episodes. Yeah. I thought
he was always on the verge of releasing a story, but never did.
Yeah,
never did.
So, what newspaper did he work for?
The Daily Bugle.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they might have mentioned it.
They said it several times, but I just
because that's what I was like.
It wasn't.
It's not the Bugle.
I was hoping
because that guy was
right,
not John Jameson. Whoever that guy was.
No. Who's the black guy from Daily Bugle though?
Oh, sure. That's not him.
I don't think it's Ben Urich.
I don't think, but
no, Ben Urich is in the Daredevil comics.
Right, but still, even though like it would have been nice if they never said the mention of it, like and you kind of just see a little bit in the back.
But I love how they were planning on like outing the Kingpin, and then he outed himself, but made himself seem like a good guy.
Right.
And then,
yeah. I love it's like the exact same words he was going to write to.
Yeah.
So it's like,
but yeah,
a darkness into the light.
And then it turns out Ben Urich gets fired from whatever newspaper he was working for, and he puts out a blog.
He's gonna put out a blog.
And then the Kingpin comes to his house, and they're just having this normal talk, and then Kingpin's like, "No, I'm here to kill you," and he strangles him to death. And that scene between Urich's wife and Karen, where she's talking to her, I teared up a little bit.
Yeah, it was sad. It was upset.
It was real sad. His wife is like has Alzheimer's and stuff, and she's
I was like really,
so
I was
sad.
like, oh, is she gonna say all the way through? Or is she gonna like miss like halfway through? And just, like,
I know we're not going
like or something.
We're not going like into specific details about every episode, but it's great, especially because you guys should probably check it out if you haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
Watch it.
What do you guys? So full season. What do you guys rate the season? I'll start off. A+.
A+. I'm gonna go A.
I think this is the best superhero TV show to date.
Arrow's better.
Bullshit.
Arrow's way more ambitious. Arrow's got a bigger scale than Daredevil did.
I think Arrow's 2, but
I think Arrow.
I think this is better.
I think Arrow completely schools Daredevil in scope of scale.
I don't think so.
In scope of scale, because think about season 2 of Arrow. They literally
Season
guys,
really...
we're not arguing. We're just giving our individual ratings.
All right, but they can never destroy New York like they did Starling City because there's too many heroes over there. Anyway, I give it an A-.
I give it an A because I do agree that Arrow beats it by a little bit.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 100 out of 100. Best show. Best show.
There was no letter there. So
there was no
assuming
letter.
it was an A+.
He's there.
Just put all the like Roman numeral numbers of what it would be for 100. That's my letter.
So
CXIII 12. Whatever.
You think one man in a silly little costume will make a difference?
So the average then would be an A.
Would be an A.
Right?
Would be a high A.
Yeah,
but not
High
quite an
A, maybe
High
A+.
You know what? Show that golden A. Go for that golden A.
Yeah, so, and that's Daredevil. I can't wait for Jessica Jones. I don't really know much about her.
She flies, it's just super strong.
I don't think much of us, any of us really know much about her.
I'll know plenty by the time it's on.
Yeah.
That sounded real creepy.
Luke Cage is going to be in it, and then Luke Cage getting his own show too. Which I
Ryan-
hope they make it real funky.
I wanted to. I want
It's got to be funky.
Make him one bad mamma jamma.
Yeah. No, it's got to be funky.
Marvel looked at its catalog of black superheroes and they're like, oh fuck, we could do a Luke Cage show.
Whatever. If they make it like funk, if they make it all like
It's gonna be Shaft.
Yeah,
I want it to be. I want it.
Give me some like.
No, but
Yeah.
Luke Cage also played Power.
Yeah. The intro has got to be awesome. It's got. Yeah.
And they can just go. They can go Luke
Take
Cage
you to
from
jail.
Spectacular Spider-Man
Get
or the
caged.
Ultimate Spider-Man. Ultimate Spider-Man comic. Luke Cage or cartoon. Luke Cage is in it as Power Man. They could just.
Yeah.
Just make it funky. That's all I want. It's got to be funky.
Well, there's already a picture of Luke Cage and Jessica Jones on a motorcycle.
I've seen that,
He doesn't look like he doesn't have an afro or anything.
Well, he doesn't really have an afro. He's bald, but still, it can still be funky.
it's not the 70s.
It doesn't matter.
So he's gonna be out of time funky.
Yes.
Just him.
Yeah.
They can do it. They
He's
can
gonna
do
have
it.
some
I trust.
Well,
sweet
they made-
plaid pleated pants.
they made-
Put like pimps in there and shit with like the actual like pimp.
They
goods
made
and shit.
they made a talking raccoon popular, so God's
Yeah, they can do anything.
Whatever. I think it'll be good. Check out our other reviews. Check out all of our reviews for this week. This has been our Daredevil season review. And check out our Loot Crate video, which is also coming out this week.